All right, welcome everyone. It is Kevin here. I go by Ken, just to let you know. This is going to be a recap of my trades that I made in the live chat room, ending on really 4/9, 4/10. Obviously, it was a holiday, and Thursday night, Natix was closed. And actually, it was kind of a short week for me because I wasn't here Wednesday night as well, as you can see. So I didn't do any trading Wednesday night. Obviously, Thursday night was closed by Natix, and of course, all day Friday, Natix was closed. But before we get started, I want to address something that I think is real important. And people that know me, my students know me, I'm a straight shooter, and I say it like it is. I don't do a lot of hyping, okay? And so I want to address something, particularly now in this time with this whole coronavirus, and a lot of people are out of work right now and looking for ways of making money. And I get a lot of requests, Ken, I've lost my job, and, can I just follow you and start making money right away, and on and on and on. And the reality is that that's the last thing that you want to do. You got to remember, trading is like any other kind of profession. Okay, you're not going to be a professional just because I give you the best tools available. And yeah, I believe these are the best these are the best tools available. I've been doing this for 39 years, and I don't have anything better than this. This is the best. But being in this business for 39 years, I've learned a lot. And if you're a new trader, there's no way you're going to come in and be a professional just like any other profession. Okay, you're not going to. You can't step on the field with the best football team in the league, and they give you the ball and they say go out there and okay, let's be the quarter. You're going to be the quarterback today, and let's start winning some games, folks. It's not going to happen. So, and then you're going to blame it on your players, or you're going to blame it on your equipment. You're going to blame it on the coach. So it's the same way with trading. It all gets down to the individual and how much time you put into it. Okay, and so what I do is I am an educator. What I do is I help give you the best tools available. You see me trading it, but just because you see me trading it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to jump out of the gate and start making the kind of numbers that I make. You got to remember, I'm really good at understanding the overall function of the market. It is more of a holistic approach when it comes to trading. There's a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, maybe 15-20% of it is instinct. It comes from spending time in front of the charts, and that's something that you will develop. And the only way to develop that instinct is to put time in watching the charts. I see a lot of people jump in and out there in the chat room for an hour or two, and then I don't see them for a few days, and they come back in. You're not going to be successful that way. You're not going to be a professional that way. Your results are going to show that. If you want to have consistent results, you have to put time into it. I'm in the chat room every morning, every night. I put a lot of time into trading, and even if myself being doing this for 39 years, if I took a couple weeks off or 2 or 3 weeks off, maybe a month off, there's no way that I would be in tune. It would take me a while to get back into the groove of thing, because you do develop. There's a certain rhythm of the market, and you can kind of feel it, and you get in tune with it. And so even myself as a professional, I can't stay off for a while and all of a sudden I'm going to hit it again, just turn the switch back on. It's same thing with the pros. They don't, that's why they have preseason, right? That's why they're practicing in the off season. They don't just give them the ball and say, okay, guys, glad you're back for this year. Let's start playing again. You just don't do that. And so it's the same way with trading. So I don't want anybody to think that, if you're looking to make quick money, you're not going to make quick money. It's going to take time. It's going to take experience. Now, if you're looking to do this as a living, then yeah, it's well worth it, because the end goal is worth it. You put the time into it, and you can get very good at it, and you can make a living out of it, but it takes time, and it's not going to happen overnight, and you're going to go through a lot of frustrations. We all do. You're going to go through some losing days. You're going to go through maybe some losing months. That's part of the game. And you guys that want to be professional traders, you have to be willing to put up with that. If you don't, then you shouldn't be trading. All right? I mean, that's the bottom line. You shouldn't be trading. You shouldn't be trading with me or anybody else. And I just get sick and tired of seeing all this hype out there, and people think that you just follow this guru, that guru, and all of a sudden you guys are going to be making money. I know some very, very good stock traders, and some of them are on YouTube. They're on the internet, and I've seen the kind of drawdowns these guys go through, all right? And most of their students, they follow them. They're not making money because they don't put the time into it, and they don't study, and they think they're just going to follow this guy and follow his trades, and they're going to be just as successful as he is, and it just doesn't work that way. You cannot follow anybody, okay? Particularly when you're looking at short term over the, like I do. I do a lot of 5-minute trading. That takes experience, and it takes time, and you'll see it. Some people can pick it up in a couple weeks. Some takes months, and some just don't get it. And the other thing too is, if you're coming in with a mindset that you have to make money, that's the worst thing, is think, oh my God, I need to start making money, so I'm going to start trading. That is the worst mindset, because think about it. You're under so much pressure. The last thing that you want to do is be trading with the idea that, oh my God, I've got to make money. Because if you're thinking like that, you're going to be so focused and so worried every time something goes against you. You're going to be jumping out and taking losses. And had you just held on to it, you would have made money. You can't trade under that kind of pressure. It's just not possible, okay? So thinking that you're going to all of a sudden you're going to start doing this for a living, it's too much pressure. It won't happen. I guarantee 99.9% of the people, if not 100%, coming into the market like that, they're not going to make any money. Just way too much pressure. If I started off and I started doing that, I couldn't have done it. The way I started off is actually being a broker, where I was trading on behalf of other people. They were calling the shots, right? And I was doing the transactions. And then eventually I got into where I was calling the shots, and I had funds. I had managed funds that I managed for people and so forth. And then, eventually I got away from that and just started trading for myself. And now I'm trying to teach other people how to do it on their own. And that's the best way to do it, is learning how to do it on your own. That's the only way to do it. It's not going to be like trying to follow somebody's trades or whatever. You're going to have to you're just going to have to learn how to do it on your own. Okay. And that's the reality of trading. Now, so if thinking about coming into this and thinking, man, how am I going to make money? What is the quickest way? Well, I think somebody that maybe doesn't have a big account, okay? I don't know what big is. Big is, for some people, big could be 500. For others, it could be 10,000. And the question is, do I start with 500? Do I start with 1,000? It depends on your skill. You could be a guy, I could give you 100,000. If you don't have any skill, you're going to go through 100,000 like that, and you're not going to make any money. Or you give somebody that's very skilled, you can give him 500, and he's going to end up making money. So it gets down to, there is no magic number to start with. It depends on your skill level. That's why if you're starting off trading my method or any method, go through at least a demo account, a simulated account, and get an idea of what your drawdowns look like. What can you expect when you go live? I mean, that's really going to be what's going to help you guys out, okay? So you're going to come in, you're going to start trading, and you look at the end of the month and say, man, I did good. I made $20,000. But you go back and you look at your trades and you realize you went through a $5,000 drawdown. You can't look at that end number. You have to say, what were my drawdowns? Could I have mentally gone through a $5,000 drawdown if that was real money? Okay, I mean, you guys got to look at those kind of things. And, and I'm just shooting with you straight. Some of you guys don't want to hear this, but you know what? Fine, let somebody else go up there and tell you everything's going to be hunky-dory and you're going to make a lot of money. And I guarantee you guys are going to blow out and you're going to be disappointed. So I'm just telling you like it is. Been in this business for a long time. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of scam going on. And the bottom line is, there is no magic, okay? There is no secret. There is no magic. It takes time. It takes experience. There are tools that are better than others. There's tools that don't have to be optimized. So that's why I'm not a believer in indicators. You want to get away from indicators. Some of you guys don't want to hear that. Fine, keep trading your indicators. I've never seen an indicator trader make consistent money. But you know what? Maybe there's somebody out there, or maybe there's a 1 in 10 million chance somebody's doing it. Great. If they're consistent with it, great. I don't see how you can, because I don't see how an optimized parameter will ever hold up consistently moving into the future. Only patterns do that. So getting down to everything, so what do you do? I mean, so you have a small account. What do you do? Well, you know what? Maybe the best thing to do is trade dailies. One of the things that I was asked some time ago is I get a lot, do you have daily setups? I don't have the time to sit in front of the market all day long and trade these 5 minutes, because when you're trading 5 minutes, folks, you really want to get good at it, you got to come into it every day. You got to spend at least 2 or 3 hours. You got to keep track of your trades. There's a lot involved. It's not something you just pop in and make money and then pop out. Next day you come in. There's a lot of things that are involved. You got to keep track of every single one of your trades. You've got to look at the win and loss ratios. You've got to look at your winning and losing streaks. You got to see what pair is hot, what pair is not hot. There's a lot of things to look at, okay? And I teach all those things in the core strategy. But even that, you may have all this information, but if you don't use it, you're not going to be successful at it. So what does the guy do with a smaller account? Maybe the best thing to do is come in and trade the dailies. And I'm going to go through the dailies a little bit more. I did a video last week kind of breaking things down and everything. Some of you may have seen it. Maybe some of you have not seen it. But, the dailies are kind of different mindset. You can't come in here and think, I'm going to look at Tuesday, or I'm going to come in here, I'm going to look at Monday and look at my end results. You got to remember, on Monday on a 5 minute, let's look. I mean, look at morning sessions just on the Aussie. You had 75 total trades. On a daily, and you'll be lucky if you get 2 or 3 daily setups in a month on the Aussie US. So once again, it's you're not going to see these kind of numbers trading dailies unless you're doing 5-10 lots. Most of you guys aren't going to be able to do that, because as soon as you take a loss, you're going to wipe out your account. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of show you what we've been able to do with the dailies. And the other thing is the patterns that I use with my 5 minutes, which are all fully disclosed in my core strategy package, are the same patterns I'm using on the dailies. Okay, these patterns are universal in the sense that they work across the board in all the different markets. They work on different time frames. The patterns that I have are very strong. They've held up for 10, 20, 30 years. Are going to continue to hold up. There's no question in my mind, once you understand the whole idea behind the pattern, is you're going to understand why not only will it hold up, but why it has to hold up. Okay, so basically taking the same thing and applying it to the dailies. And I want to go and let's take a look. I'm going to pull up a spreadsheet and let's take a look at some of those results. And so you can kind of get an idea of how has it been doing on a daily basis. And for some, that may be a great way to start, just putting on one lots. And everything I show you, by the way, is based on a one lot. I'm not trading multiples. I'm not putting 1 on here and 3 on here. Everything is broken down only on a one contract basis. Okay, I'm putting on one only, not adding size, not adjusting size, just trading onesies. And that's what I'm doing on the dailies. At some point, we will be doing that. I will be doing that. I haven't done that yet because I'm looking at the performance based on a one contract basis. Okay, so let's switch over and let's take a look at some numbers here. Okay, so these are the dailies. I'm only trading 3 of the 5 patterns. I haven't tracked the other 2. I may do that in the future, but don't feel that I really need to do that. I think 3 patterns are enough in order to get enough trading activity, trading the dailies. But these are all the different pairs that you can trade on dailies, meaning that I put the trade on the night before and I get out the following day. All right. You've got all your pairs here, Aussie Yen, Aussie US, all the way over here to the US Yen. And then we also have a daily crude, gold, silver, and of course the US 500, which is like a small E-mini. Okay, so what I did is before I ever started trading this live, I went ahead and I did the best I could. I did some historical testing just to make sure that that they were going to hold up with the daily binaries. And then I went live in January of 2020. And so the results continue to do very well, as I would expect, because like I said, these are universal patterns. I'm trading a total of 3 of them, the pairing, the PAP1 and the PAP2. That's explained when you become a core member, but they're all different patterns. But what I wanted to show you, this is the most important, is based on all these pairs. What I did is I highlighted in green the pairs that have been profitable and the pairs that have not been profitable. And you can see the majority of them have been profitable, but some of these haven't had many trades. So does that mean that the euro pound is something to stay away from? Does that mean maybe the crude or the silver is something to stay away from? Absolutely not. I will continue to trade those because I know that in time I'm going to see these go green as well. Okay. Pound US was kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit. Pound US came back very strong. It's now only up $12, but it's coming back and it's going to get in line with everything else. But the point is this: these are all based on a 1 contract basis. Okay, these aren't, like huge numbers, right? You can make more on the 5-minute basis, but people that don't have time, that just want to trade, put on a single trade and get out, the following day, these are pretty respectable numbers on a percentage basis, depending on what size your account is. That's a pretty good return. Beats most of your mutual funds and some of your professional traders out there. So the numbers are there. In time, you could even add, you could start trading 2 lots at a time, or you could do like I like to do with the 5 minutes. I adjust my contract size. And I have a number of ways of doing that, which once again is some that I explain in the core strategy. But my money management approach is based on how these patterns, how they work. I know how they work. I know what to expect from them. I know when they get weak. I also know when they're going to start getting strong again. So when they start to get strong again, I want to certainly take advantage of that. And that's what I do. But that's what works for me. For somebody else, maybe they want to just trade on a 1 contract basis. That's okay, but you guys are not going to make a living thinking that you're just going to trade on a 1 contract basis, because think about it, this is over several months. Okay, so you guys got to be realistic about what you expect. But if you guys want to come into this business and trade, you can be successful. But I really want to stress this. I can't stress it enough. You've got to put in the time to learn. And if you're going through, if you're during the learning process, you guys are going to go through some tough times. That's okay. All right. It's going to happen. Okay. You're going to have, not only going to have bad days, but you're going to have bad weeks. If you guys mentally can't adjust to that, then trading is, once again, it's not something for you. Okay, everybody, I don't care how many millions of dollars you've made, I don't care how wealthy you are, the best traders in the world all go through some really bad times, and that's just part of the game. But what the difference between a professional and a non-professional is they stay in the game. They know how to stay in the game, and they don't give up, and they get better and better and better. And every day there's something to be learned. I'm still learning. 39 years later, I am still learning. That will never end. We will all continue to learn. Okay, so don't think that you guys are going to come in and be a professional trader. This is something that is going to be a longer term. But if you guys want to become professionals, someday you want to trade for a living, then you guys got to be willing to put in the time to do it. All right, so that's where we are. I wanted to let everybody know that when you sign up, if you decide that you want to sign up for, I have 3 types of programs. Okay, you could do the trial. The trial will give you the setups for the PAP. It's basically a chart with the arrows. I will come in from time to time into that chat room, make sure everybody kind of understands the setup and everything. But it certainly doesn't go into detail. The other option is to buy the core package, and that will not only will you be provided with all the training videos that explain all the patterns, but you'll also get your first week in the live chat with me, trading with me, to kind of ask questions and go through everything. And then if you decide to stay, it's $50 a month. You can stay in live chat and also have access to all the new information that comes out under the members area. Okay. And then let's see, the third option would be to get into the crystal ball package, but it's not something I recommend people just jump into. I recommend get the core package first. work with that and get that down and be profitable with that. And then you can always think about going into the crystal ball package. Okay, so I set up the trial for those that are skeptical, kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. And then if you decide you want to really learn it, if you really want to be independent, which is I highly suggest that you do, then you have to learn how I do it so you know how to do it on your own and not be watching and trying to follow my trades, because that's obviously going to be a losing strategy. You guys got to understand how this works. You won't stick with anything unless you understand how it works. I promise you that. So, and following somebody's not the answer, because as soon as if they close down shop or something happens to them or whatever, you guys will be stuck with nothing. So you really want to be educated on how whoever's training you should be training you and telling you how they do it, so you guys can be independent and do this on your own. Okay, so that's kind of where we are for the week. Once again, if you need further information, go to my website, binaryprostrategies.com. Shoot me an email. Can answer your questions for you. I do provide daily updates on my my 5-minute trading during the day in the chat room. You can go to Instagram for that. You can go to Pro Strategies on Instagram, and as long as you're joined on there, you'll be getting the nightly updates on that as well. Okay, so also if I have your email, I do put out a weekly kind of a update with some charts and links and show you the results you just saw, and then there's some links to these daily updates as well. You'll be able to look at that if I have your email address. So if you want to give me that, I'll make sure that you're updated on that as well. So once again, please subscribe, hit the like button, let me know that you like these videos so I know I can put out more videos. And if you have any suggestions or anything you would like to see moving forward, let me know. I'm open to ideas. I am a trader. That's what I do. So, you know, I'm not a marketer. So if there's some things I can put out there that would help you guys, let me know, and I'll be glad to look into it. All right. So that's it for this week. I think next week's going to be awesome as well. I'm really looking forward to not only the dailies, but the 5 minutes have really picked up. The premium right now is awesome on the live. We've done a lot of comparison between premium on live and demo. Live is so much better right now than demo is on the premium. It's just, I don't know. I hope it stays that way. But it's just, I mean, there's a big difference. So premium's so much better on the live. So if you guys can make money in demo, then assuming that things stay this way with the live, y'all should have no problems making money in a live account. But anyway, that's it. I hope everybody have a great trading week. Be safe out there. Stay at home. Do all the things they're asking us to do so we can get through all this and get our lives back to normal again. All right? Y'all take care, and God bless.